Well, hello, everybody out there in entrepreneurship land as we continue to stream stories of entrepreneurship real time stories of how entrepreneurs are dealing and adapting to this very dynamic economy, whichever way it's going. Our next guest is, and I hope I get this right, Olu Ibrahim, founder and executive director of Kids in Tech. Is that correct?
That's correct, Jeffrey. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Tell us what Kids in Tech is.
So Kids in Tech is a Lowell-based nonprofit. We were founded in 2016, and our primary mission is to create the next generation of tech leaders by providing positive experiences in STEM. So through our programs, we're trying to increase STEM confidence and STEM skills so kids can persist. So our flagship program in which we try to reach our mission is our Afterschool Tech Club program, where we partner with schools and school districts and provide hands-on learning projects for kids ages 8 to 14 through an academic year-long program that we call Afterschool Tech Club. And in this club, kids are learning anything from typing and coding to web design, multimedia. And they have a showcase at the end of the year. We take them on field trips. We get guest speakers from the biotech sector and other related fields to come talk about career paths. So we hope that through this program, kids are playing, discovering, understanding the language of tech, and get more confident that they can create tech as well. So, because we need all of those students, in my opinion, to pursue tech. And that just starts by creating positive experiences for them.
Well, could you give me a sense of how this whole organization evolved when it got started?
Yeah, sure. One of the things was I grew up and I built a computer with my dad, so I got very interested in tech myself. I ended up becoming a teacher, policy and person, and manage programs for nonprofits. So I think my personal background plays into this personally because I saw the personal effects of having positive STEM experiences early, but also I was looking for volunteer opportunities in my local community, and I didn't see a lot of organizations really thinking about how do we get kids to get comfortable with computer science, computer literacy, computational thinking skills at a young age, and using after school programs to do that, because kids spend 20% of their time in school and 80% of the time is out of school. So that's the space to really innovate. So I thought, okay, if I'm not seeing this in my community, let me ask around if people would think this would be a good program when we talk to kids. And then Kids in Tech was formed after that, just kind of seeing a problem and asking people in the community what kind of programs would they want to see to solve this problem, and kind of evolved from there.
And is it one facility, or do you go out? Do the students come to you? Do you go out to the students? How does it all work?
So we go out to the students, our staff, we bring all the manpower, all the materials to the school site, and we administer our program at the school. A lot of the students that we serve are low-income students, and so transportation is the biggest barrier to getting access to after-school programs for our students. So that's why we go to them and bring all the manpower and resources to school. On a typical day is usually we're teaching them a new concept. For example, I'll use the example of podcasting. We'll teach them the history of podcasting, and then we'll get them to think about, oh, how do this is what we're going to do every class. So we kind of tell them, okay, this class, we're going to talk about the history of podcasting. Second class, we're going to talk about what are some of your topics that you like. Third class, we're going to use free software to, tape your podcast and create art, all that. So we tell them step by step. So that's one class session. And the other class session is either having a guest speaker, or they're going on a field trip virtually or in person.
Right. And how many people are associated with your organization right now?
Yeah, so we have about 10 board members, and we have about a staff of 4. So 2 full-time people and 2 part-time people.
All donations from private sources?
A lot of our donations come from foundation and corporations, as well as individual and government. So a little bit of everything.
Right. Interesting. So let's project out a little bit. Tell me what the whole program is going to look like in 2-3 years. Where are you going with this?
Yeah, we hope to scale our tech club program. We hope to become a statewide organization in the next 2 to 3 years in Massachusetts, and then think about how do we scale it nationally, because there's, by 2029, 2030, there's going to be 20 to 50 million tech, open tech jobs. And I think we have to just, in my opinion, we just have to get as many young people excited and sustain their interest from elementary to middle school, so that by the time they get to high school, they're more likely to take STEM, math, et cetera, and other classes that'll put them on a trajectory to eventually enter the field. So I think, 2 to 3 years from now, we're a thriving organization. We here in Massachusetts, we're serving more kids, and then we want to become a national organization and serve kids nationwide, as many kids as we can reach.
Because you feel you're building a foundation for the future, right? To deal and live with technology.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
So do you think AI is going to change what you're going to do and what it's going to be like for people?
That's a very interesting question. I think AI is already here, and it's going to get integrated. It's already integrated to a lot of things. I think it will be integrated to a lot of things. But I don't think it's something to be scared of. I think there's just going to be new types of jobs that are going to be created, and that's what we want kids to understand. With new tech, every time there's new technology, there's new jobs being created, and that's what we want to prepare them for. So that's my opinion on that. I know some people might disagree, but we've seen this as we look at history of the world, right? New technology is built, we go away with the new, and create new jobs that support that new technology innovation. So I think there'll always be jobs in AI as a result.
Right. If somebody's looking for your organization, how would they find it?
Yes, so our organization is www.kidsintech.org. You can email us at info@kidsintech.org. We have opportunities to volunteer. If people are looking for volunteer opportunities, we can talk to them about that. And if you just want to support, you can also go to www.kidsintech.org/donate.
And your contact data too? Is that all right to ask for?
Oh yeah, sure. You can in the same email, info@kidsintech.org. You'll be able to.
Makes it quite easy. And you can find me at jdavis@Mage, that's mageusa.com, my management consulting firm. You can also find this interview on many of our sites. You can find it on our website, radioentrepreneurs.com, and LinkedIn, Radio Entrepreneurs, Spotify, Facebook, Twitter @Biz on Radio, on the radio, Instagram, YouTube, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and Stitcher. So you're going to be all over the place with us. So I want to thank you for being on the show today and remind everybody this is Radio Entrepreneurs.